Hey ladies and gentlemen, you remember this video called 2 Epic Battles Must Watch? Terminator FF and Cost 762. As you can hear in the background, the replay is about to begin, so let's go there. Now I noticed some shenanigans and I mentioned them in the video. So we are going to go to the battle. I've already watched this one more time. We're going to skip forward 20 seconds and we're going to pause. And I really like the idea of the overhead camera, the one I did for Kos's clan versus Inca. Now, the two shenanigans, well, not shenanigans, exactly. The two sus people, in this case, if you remember and you go back, were the Canoniac Panzer, Mr. Basiventade, and the Charioteer, right over here, Mr. Rabid_Trash Panda. So, what we're going to do, since our hero luckily is within render range, we're going to go overhead and we're going to watch it this way. Let's hit play. And now, as you can see down there, the Charioteer is not moving. The Canoniac Panzer, in all due fairness, because I've watched this before, he comes through a very dangerous area right in the beginning of Serene Coast. Now, he could have been spotted. He could have been spotted. Right there. Right there. He could have been spotted right there. Because there's always... Let me show you. There is always some spotter rushing to that location in one of those bushes. So, in all due fairness, maybe the player got spotted. However, what I do not understand is that if you got spotted... this lamp is from... what's his name? From our hero. Terminator. Don't get confused. This is what you see. These effects are what's happening to the player. Not, this is the free camera. Don't be confused. So, because some people sent me some messages about that. So, what I do not understand is, if you got spotted, then why would you sit there while spotted? If he got spotted. Did you see the delay between these shots? And I didn't even lower the speed. Normal speed. He sat there, he got shot once, twice. Now regularly, a player who's almost at death would try to at least back up. It's a natural reaction. So, there goes the Canoniac Panzer. I'm not saying that he is rigging the game. I'm not saying that he's a cheater. But this type of behavior is a little bit sus. So, moving on to the Charioteer, who is right over here. He is, well, doing nothing. There's the Object 274, who was a little bit hanging back in the, in the beginning, but playing the game. At least he's playing the game. The Blesk died. So, let's fast forward this. "16 times speed," just to make the video shorter. Yep, that's happening to the player. Now either... Oh, wait. He started moving at around 8 something. Let's back that up a little bit. Okay, so here we go again. Let us notice and see who is gonna die from the enemy team before this guy starts moving. You know where I'm going with this. This is regular speed. An enemy Charioteer drowned. Mr. Polycard underscore 123. Let's see if we can find out where there he is. There he is. There he is. This guy drowned. Great. Interesting. That is quite interesting. While playing a Charioteer, I'm not saying that's evidence that the player is cheating, but it's quite interesting. Don't you think? So, the guy drowned around 0830, as you can see over there on the upper right corner. Now, pay close attention to the names. See if anyone else is going to die before this guy moves. Ooh. And less than 2 seconds later, well, maximum 3, this guy starts moving. In my books, there's one word for that, and it starts with B. And if you add an ED to it, it's not related to a woman's bust. AKA, you are busted. Is it proof that this is the same person? No. No. Not 100%. Let's be honest. But, very suspicious. You notice that, your team is going to lose. So, you go drown, Alt-Tab, go play with the other account. Move it a little bit so it wouldn't get the classic 0. Anyway. And coincidentally, he starts moving. And well, let's see. Is he going to do anything interesting? Well, he's not, because he's not going to get there on time. Sorry, this camera is a little bit disorienting. I'm sorry about that. Well, in the end, he just moved. And he got to, well, almost the battlefield, but he didn't do anything. Mr. Rabid underscore Trash Panda. Rabid underscore Trash Panda, as well as Polycard underscore 123, as well as Mr. Basivente. Let's take a look at these accounts very quickly and see if we can discover anything. Okay, so the first guy we're interested in is the Canon Panzer, who died in the very beginning. Maybe he got spotted. Maybe I'm bullshitting you. But why didn't he back up? Or did he just quit? He decided, let it go. Let them just have the damage. Doesn't make sense. He only traveled 370 meters. This guy is not anonymized. His actual username is Basivente, whatever. I don't know how that's pronounced. Seems like a fairly regular player with 5.3k rating, almost 5.4. And according to Tomato DG, by the way, this battle took place on the NA, okay? Just in case. You see that it says NA right there? So, seems like a fairly regular player. I mean, look at this. Ups and downs here. Over here, a steady line of improvement, and then suddenly some weird spikes. Let's put this by 3 months. Oh, this spike is a little bit weird over here. I wonder what happened there. Not saying that it's proof, but I mean, a couple of yellows, mostly green. Seems like a fairly decent player. What can we say about the statistics? EOC, 0. Okay, it's a spotter. Charioteer Panzer, 0. Charioteer Panzer, 0. What the hell? Was he that unlucky in all these battles? But I see in I mean, look at this. He did 2,000 damage with the ELC, even 90. No, so he plays the game, basically. Look at this. Grillet, 0. I wonder if he even fired his gun in these, Wait, no, it says it. There. He took 2 shots over here. He did 0 damage. Over here, took 3 shots, 1 hit. Damage 0. Block, frags, spots. I see. Fisherman's Bay. With the Tortoise, on Fisherman's Day, 4 days ago, he played, I mean, what did he do? Nothing. He didn't fire his gun. Nothing. I wonder if he even moved. Can we tell? From this replay? Is there any way of telling? I don't think so. I don't think there is. Yeah, replay only available for Tomato.gg mod. I'm not going to do that because I find that very weird. Wow. With the Tortoise, with one of the most heavily armored tanks in the game, tank destroyers, assault tank destroyers, he just moved forward. Did he even move forward? We don't know. Nothing. 0. Nothing. Over here, he took 4 shots, 1,238. This is standard stuff. With the Manticore, took 1 shot. He got some assists. Seems like he was playing this battle. What the hell, man? Wow. Over here, he did something. Over here and over here, this is just regular stuff. But playing the Tortoise and not doing anything? Wow. AKA, you're either AFK or you're trying to rig the game. But, I mean, it seems like a count which has been played. Just saying. So, the next suspect on our list is Paulicard_123, the guy who drowned himself, who is not anonymized, from the Alpha 1 clan, Amigos Latinos Americanos, Vencer o Morir. I hope I didn't murder the language. I like the language. He's a private, total members 86. Account created 4th of December 2020. That was almost 5 years ago. Last played on the 1st of May, today, at 02:48 my time. Now it's 1:37 my time. This gives you the according to my time. So that was like what? 1:37 02, yeah, that was almost 12 hours ago. Almost 12 hours ago? 11 almost 11 hours ago. I guess. Yeah. 47, 40. Yeah, exactly. 11 hours ago. With a barely below average personal rating, because I've mentioned that an average player should have 4,000. With WN8 853, efficiency 741. Let's take a look at this player a little bit more closely. Okay, so I checked this account. It seems like an account of which is below average, and that it's been played quite a bit. There are a few weird things which I noticed. Like, for example, we're searching for zeros over here in the red. Right in the red. Zeros. Absolute zeros. This one hit. 1 shot, 1 hit. It's the shot is on the right, the hit is on the left, as you can see. Yep. The shot is on the right, the hit is on the... It should have been the opposite way around. The shot should have been on the left and the hit on... Whatever, okay, that's not the issue. A couple of weird thingies over here, mostly being played. But if you notice, it's almost 50-50. Now, I'm not saying that the player is cheating, or he's trying to rig the game. However, it is quite weird when a player is using one of, for example, one of the best tank destroyers in the game, the UDAS 03. And he gets results like these. Like, for example, only 2 shots. You only took 2 shots. And in other cases, I saw a couple of zeros. This is standard stuff. You shoot 10 times, and you hit 3, and this was probably like 2 penetrations, 2677, which is standard. Or he got unlucky and he penetrated 3 times and low 3 times, which I don't think so. The alpha is high on the UDIS 03. But why would you be playing the UDIS 03 and you wouldn't even fire your gun for the entire battle? And if you notice, this list, it's 50-50. Now, what I'm saying is not proof, but it is quite interesting that half the battles are green and the other half, more or less, are red. Meaning that in half the battles he didn't really participate. You know what that means, right? Oh, it seems like the other team is winning. Let's play on client number B, number 2. Possibility. I'm not saying that this is proof. Let me clarify that again for one more time. But it is a suspicious type of activity. Now let's check the third account, the one who was AFK and he moved after this guy got, drowned, not destroyed. And that is none other than the Charioteer on their side, Rabid_Trash_Panda from the B/B/T clan, who is not anonymized, Blue Boar Tankers, total members 96, position junior officer, account created on the 10th of October 2024, which was a few months ago. Quite a new account with 2,500 battles. Last battle today on the 1st of May, 0533. 0533 at this point would be barely above 8 hours ago. Yeah, 5 and 33, 8 hours and 10 minutes ago. That was the last battle. With a WNate of 1810, personal rating 6,500, which is fairly good. Not bad. Let's take a look at Tomato DG. Now, Rabid_Trash_Panda seems like a fairly decent player. Green. Look, guys, let me say it for one more time. I'm not saying that any of these guys is cheating. Maybe this is just coincidental. Maybe. But it is a little bit suspicious. You have to agree, right? And you never know. How do police and detectives investigate a minor detail which they overlooked the first time, and they go back to the case again and again, and then they discover that the person they thought who was innocent actually turned out to be the killer, or the robber, or whatever. The culprit. But right now we're just investigating. So, green player 52.61, respectful. Recent WNate 1332, overall WNate almost 1,500. Not bad. So, just a couple of things I would like to highlight over here. When you're playing a Foch B, which is one of the most disgusting, overpowered, 6-shot auto-loading hyper attack destroyers, and you don't take even a single shot, that's kind of weird. Over here, yeah, I mean, okay, 13 shots taken, 12 hit. That's amazing. That's amazing. Well, the light tank, medium tank, excuse me. H4D. For a moment, I thought it was light. This is kind of weird. This is kind of weird. These could happen. 5-3, 2-2. Let's see what else. I've noticed that most of his games with the Foch B, except for a few occasions, of course, most of them are just zeros. Didn't even take a shot. TVP T50/51, one of the most overpowered Czechoslovakian, right? Czechoslovakian auto-reloading monsters. It's an auto-loader. I'm sorry, I'm not sure about this one. I'm not 100% sure. But the thing is, this thing has 4 shots, and it reloads every 15, 17 seconds, which is crazy. And each shot has an alpha of 400 and something. Nothing. He did absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing. There, zero. Zero. Wow. Nothing. Nada. Zip. Oh boy. Oh boy. Check this out. 0 shots taken with the artillery? Are you kidding? Even in a blowout and a ruffle stomp, you will get the chance to take at least 1 shot. Even if the game lasted only 2 minutes. That gives you more than enough time to fire your gun at least twice. And the M53, M55, if I remember correctly, the big gun has a reload time of 35 seconds, so you shoot 1.83 times per minute. So in the 2 minutes, you can easily take 3 shots. I'm saying in the worst case scenario, 0 with the artillery? Wow. We don't know if these 3 guys are in, collusions or whatever, or if they're rigging, or if they even know each other, or if it's even the same person. However, what I showed, that as soon as one Charioteer died, between 2 and 3 seconds later, this guy started moving, a little bit suspicious. Not proof, but suspicious. And I have more replays, which I'm going to look into, to investigate, before I start looking into the regular stuff. This type of crap needs to stop, and you have to do your part. You, as a player, you have to do your part. Now, this is something that I wanted to mention for quite some time. And some people are not going to get it in the beginning, so I'm going to explain it. I have a cat, okay? I used to have 2 cats. You guys, if you've been following the channel, I lost one of them on the 3rd of November last year. Poor guy, my favorite cat. I used to have 2, now I have 1. My 1 cat does something which I cannot understand. And I'll explain how this is related to World of Tanks. People are like, huh? What? What is the cat? You shall see. I'll get to the point. I put her every day a little bit of food. But for some reason, for some weird reason, she doesn't eat it right away. So, because I'm a compassionate guy, I don't want her to starve. I usually throw away the food. I say maybe it got too dry. I'll put her more food. I clean up her bowl, etc., etc., with water, never with soap. You guys, for cat owners, you know the problem if you do that. So, I clean her bowl, put fresh food. She doesn't touch it. She comes to my door and she starts complaining that her food has already gone even drier than what originally was. So I came up with a phrase which is related to World of Tanks. And the phrase goes like this. Did you know that the solution to your problem is what you are not doing, thus causing it? Now think about that for a second. How is that related to World of Tanks? The solution to the community's problem is that we are not reporting the cheaters enough, thus we are causing the problem. We're ignoring the problem, and the problem will not go away if you ignore it. You have to do your part, you have to submit your tickets, you have to report these SOBs. I'm not saying that these 3 are the SOBs, I'm saying in general, you have to report the SOBs to Wargaming. They will investigate, and they will start cleaning up house. That's how what I said to my cat, what I thought about the issue with my cat, is related to World of Tanks. The solution to your problem is what you are not doing, thus causing it. You are not giving enough to the community. You are being, not everyone, but in general, we all, including me, I also do it sometimes. We have this selfish type of attitude. It's like, it doesn't happen to me, I don't care. The other day, I showed a video with blatant game rigging cheating, which was 100% evident, where the guy was 3 guys sitting sideways, and they were getting farmed by the same person with the game rigging cheating videos. You guys remember those? We haven't seen a couple of those because they're getting smarter. because they're watching our videos and they're like, let's not do that mistake again. So I will never forget a comment. Now, if I find it, I'm going to put it up here. If I don't, I'm sorry. This is going to be blank. But the comment went something like this. Unless I quote, well, I'm trying to quote as best as possible. I am not going to report anyone, as this guy says, because unless I see it in front of me in my game, I'm not going to believe it. And a guy responded directly below him, well, he's showing you the evidence, dumbass. Now, think about that for a second. Unless I see it in front of me, I am not going to report anything. Well, I'm showing you the evidence. Not these guys. Again, not these guys. But in general. I show you the evidence about real cheaters, and the guy comes... So basically, you are expecting a 1 in a million possibility that it will happen in front of your eyes, blatant, and you're going to notice. On your flank. Because it could be happening on the other flank, and that's why you lost the game. That's why it ended up in a ruffle stomp or a blowout. This is the type of mentality that has brought us to this specific type of situation. That we are selfish, we're dumb, we don't pay attention. Not everyone, in general. And we have the mentality that, oh, I don't care. It doesn't happen that often. And even if it does, it doesn't happen to me. I'm not going to report anything unless it happens in front of me. And it ruins my game. It ruins your game, but you're not aware of it. So, leave the cheaters to me. Let me do the investigation, but do your part. And having said that, sorry for the long yada yada yada, but this is important. And in general, this type of crap has to stop. What do? Come on. Come on, be a member of the community, okay? Don't be selfish. See ya.